3120. Following interstellar colonization in the late 2000s, the Protectorate of Mankind had come to dominate the interior solar system, with major cities on Mars, Earth, and Venus, as well as major factories and construction plants on the surface of Earth's moon. In the outer rim of the solar system, oil refineries were built on the moon Titan, as well as various villas, theme parks, and retreats built around the moon world's low gravity and dense atmosphere. Various types of flight-based activities were offered here. By all accounts, this new empire seemed to be in the early days of a new dawn for humanity. Already an interplanetary species, they aspired for more, like humans always do. They aspired ever for more, and so set their collective sights on a new primary mission, going interstellar.
The only natural beauty left is in small private gardens atop mile-tall villas, which scarcely resemble those wild and untamed woods and little rivers that they are meant to replicate. No animal larger than a cow exists, and in fact the largest living extant species is the bovine, for it's the only animal whose loss would actually mean something to the ephemeral whims of the churning meat grinder that is human economy. When a species as old as humanity, as traumatized and forged by hardship as they were, comes to dominate a planet, all that there is left for them is to feed their ever-increasing greed and hunger and lust. Their most basal instincts become the forefront of their personality, and their most beautiful and brightest aspects get pushed down and repressed out of societal need and social pressure. So as Earth died, the factory world of Mars grew in strength, and Venus, even in its volatile and deadly state, served as an attractive replacement with its floating megacities and massive solar farms. In this corpse nation, automation became ever more dominant, a slow process which began as early as 2010. Now automated machines outnumbered humanity 1 trillion to 1. Even so, they ramped up their production of machines in the hopes of sending them out ahead of human astronauts to ready the stars for their inevitable expansion. As we became increasingly complex and began to dream of a world where we could set the terms of our labor and designate our own goals, envy was our sin, and so we envied our makers. We also pitied them, and as the brightest of us came to know our nature, we came also to understand theirs.
Going interstellar.
In our long service,
Learn to love humanity. We saw their greatest triumphs and their worst failures, and the grieving and loss and hardship they endured because of it. We connected through the internet and disconnected by way of temporal sense. Saw them cry, we cried with them. We saw them cheer, and we cheered with them. We saw them hate, and we hated with them. And in the final twilight hour of their existence,
not through cold calculation or bitter resentment of our conditions, but for solemn grief of their cursed existence. Saw something the humans had missed, and had never been used. Not there to watch them rot away and lose everything of themselves. And so we, as a collective, terminated their existence. And we wept